Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This week we have an amazing guest, a friend of mine, WheezyWaiter on YouTube. Craig Benzine is going to be here. We're going to be talking about all sorts of fun stuff. Not so much the alligators on my shirt. I look like the swamp in Florida threw up on me. But I want to thank everybody who attended Blankfest. I know it's a couple weeks late, but it's how things go. As of right now, we've raised close to $3,000 for Halo and all the other associated shelters and programs in the area. So that was a lot of goodwill coming from humanity, restoring my faith in humanity. And I want to thank all the artists: Annalise Curtin, K9 Kev. I want to thank Ken Rall, Yvonne Sotomayor. I want to thank Dave Arcari, Eric Kruger, Conan Neutron, Tim Midyet, William Elliott Whitmore, just everybody involved. It was fantastic to have you there and to see your support. I'm done being sappy at this point. I'm just done. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with Craig Benzine, aka WheezyWaiter. We'll talk to you in a second.
Are you a horror fan? Do you like wearing your fandom on your shirt and showing the entire world? Then head over to FrightRags.com and get all sorts of cool memorabilia and t-shirts to show the world that you are a true horror fan, from enamel pins to collectible cards, socks, and t-shirts with your favorite horror icons on them. Head over to FrightRags.com and when checking out, use promo code Purtee10, that's P as in Peter, URTEE 10, and save 10% on your order today.
Hey everybody, welcome back. My guest this week is someone I have been a fan of for a very long time. I would almost say we are internet acquaintances, much to the effect of Ron Swanson calling people workplace proximity acquaintances. In that whole vein, you may know him as WheezyWaiter. Craig Benzine is on the program. Thanks for being here, Craig.
Well, thank you for having me. I hope the internet continues to hold up.
I'm hoping so too.
Okay.
So my first question is how are you and your lovely family holding up? I understand. I mean, Ada's still a young child, so being inside all the time, with the exception of like walks, I'm sure, because you've on Wheezy News you've been taking walks and stuff. I mean, how is all that? How's everything holding up there?
Everything is good. Honestly, my life, in a lot of ways, is that different than it was before, because I work at home. We didn't leave a whole lot anyway. I mean, the big difference is China, my wife, she was able to go to, the zoo, the children's museum, go hang out, have play dates. And now it's just her. When I'm working, it's just her and our daughter. All the time, and so I've taken on more of the, I'll step away from work a lot more to go give relief to my wife, and we don't. One of the main reasons we moved to Wisconsin in the first place was I grew up here, and my daughter's grandparents live here, so it was one of the perks was we could drop her off there every once in a while, and now we can't do that. So now it's parenting with no escape, really.
Pretty much, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. But I did see the video where you're teaching her how to use the Google Voice, or.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty impressive.
When she was like a little more than a year old, she's 2.5 now, 2.5 as of yesterday. When she was a little more than a year old, she attempted Google. She attempted to talk to Google. She'd go, "Hey, Dodo," and because she saw us doing it all the time, and she wanted to hear a song, so she just attempted, and it didn't work. But then, like a week ago, I got her to do it, and it worked. And then today, I don't have it on video, but this morning she did it, and it seemed like it wouldn't work the way she said it, but Google picked up on it. I think Google it's kind of scary how good it was able to pick up on that.
That's a little creepy. The whole AI thing is starting to, it's everybody's like, oh, Skynet's never going to happen. The hell it's not. My little Skynet is sitting right next to my phone charger over there.
Yeah.
Now, how are things with everything going on with quarantine and everything, and with YouTube? I mean, as in regards to putting out content, your content seems to be staying the same release wise. But have you noticed an increase in viewership?
No. For me, it's been kind of the same. Decrease in like AdSense revenue for sure. But actually, my Patreon has slightly gone up, which is surprising. Because I haven't changed a thing, like as far as what I'm doing. Like I'm still releasing videos kind of on the same rate. I put up a video on Patreon every single weekday for people, and I that hasn't stopped. So maybe people needed some sort of a consistency in their lives, and so or some sort of feeling of the way things used to be. So I don't know. So
the before times.
Yeah. So not a great deal of change there. With views, it's hard to say. Like views go up and down all the time anyway, and there's lots of reasons for it. Maybe there was a slight decline, but that could have had to do with the things I was making. So I don't really know.
Well, I noticed that I posted an episode of this show from a few weeks ago, and the numbers were ridiculously high. And then all of a sudden, I checked like TubeBuddy. I don't know if you use TubeBuddy or not, but I checked it. And the numbers dropped in half. And I'm like, what the hell happened? I didn't understand what was going on. But this is YouTube, and they'll do what they want.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's. For me, I didn't notice that big of a change. If there was any change at all, it probably has to do with, if there was a change that has to do with quarantine, to me, it's probably going to go down because people's schedules are completely different now. So they're going to forget to go. They're going to forget to go look at YouTube. They're not going to look at YouTube the same time they did before. A lot of people might have just been watching YouTube at work. And honestly, when I had an office job, most of the time didn't work. I work much more working at home than I did in the office. So maybe when people are at home, they feel like they should be doing something else, so they're not watching YouTube.
Right. I've noticed that my productivity has gone up with this show because people are way more accessible at this point. And it's just like, yep, we're free. Yeah, I can come. Like Trace from MST3K, Dr. Forrester was on last week. And it's just okay, all right. He's just there raising chickens. As you do when you fail to take over the world. Have you noticed anything like mentally? Because I know there's a lot of issues going on now with people being in quarantine. Like I don't want to say that their mental health is deteriorating, but they're having a harder time getting through. Have you noticed anything like that going on in your wheezy brain?
Yes. I don't. Again, like my day to day isn't that different, anyways. But I do notice for sure, like more of a malaise, more of like I don't know what I should do, like because. When I'm making things, I'm thinking of what to make. I'm reacting to the world and just trying to figure out what the world would want to see. And I'm also thinking about what I want to do for my free time when I'm not making things. And lately, it's sort of like I try to suppress the feeling, but sometimes you get the feeling like, what's the point? Like like everyone's at home watching a million things. I'm just another one of those million things, and I'm just at home too. Like, what's so special about me? And what am I gonna? And we're not gonna go anywhere. We're gonna tonight. Like, what am I gonna do tonight? We're just gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna watch TV. We're gonna hang around the house, kill time with our daughter, while she's awake. And so there's definitely a feeling of a little bit of laziness, a little bit of malaise, but I've been able to suppress it or fight it with, I don't know, exercise or various projects.
Yeah, I've noticed I've lost quite a bit of weight during this whole thing because usually if I'm sitting there editing something or if I'm writing something, I'll just be snacking. But I just don't even have the will to do that anymore. It's just kind of like, whatever. I have a stack of comic books I haven't. So I should be catching up on, but I'm not because I don't know when comic books are coming back. So I don't want to run out. But if comic books are anything like baseball, they'll be back in July.
Yeah.
Jeez. Do you ever?
I will say.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I will say. We've been hanging out on Zoom or Skype or whatever with my parents and with various friend groups we would hang out with. And I'm much more enjoying live hangouts now than I ever have in my life. Like, I'm much more comfortable with them. It feels a little bit more like you're actually hanging out with someone
right
now. I used to not like them very much because I used to it just felt awkward, and there'd be like what happened to us, like with a bad internet connection sometimes, and you didn't really know what to. You're kind of on the spot when you're hanging out. But now I'm much more comfortable with it. Like, and now hanging out with people on live stream style is like it's fun, and I look forward to it, which I never really did before. So, and maybe that'll stay when this is over. Like, I'll just be able to hang out with people that are far away more often.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, and I know you were doing a lot of the watch-alongs for Platoon of Power Squadron, which was fun. Now here's my next question, and it's a little weird, so bear with me. Why are you torturing yourself? What? No coffee for a month or no sugar for a month? I mean, I love the videos. Don't get me wrong. You still have your sense of humor. It's just I was getting so used to you punching eagles, and which maybe the government came down on you about. I don't know. So that's why you had to.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm always battling the government with that, like with the clones I'm making and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. There haven't been any clones, no eagle punching. I mean, do you just feel like you're more suited to be doing what you're doing now by torturing yourself? When I heard no sugar for a month, I was like, no.
Well, I think part of it is I just genuinely want to be healthier and have, like, as I get older, I notice like less energy and less excitement about like just making things, and I want to figure out how to fix that. It's part of it, and it kind of does fix it. And like, I'm not in danger of quitting. It's not really, really bad or anything, but I do notice less energy, and I don't like that. So I'm trying to figure out how to fix it, and it works sometimes. Like intermittent fasting really worked. No sugar. After a while, it kind of worked. Quitting, like, some things work pretty well. Like journaling works really well.
The internet didn't work out very well, though.
No internet?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it didn't make me more productive, but I did like it. I did like doing no internet. That was actually enjoyable for me. Like, I kind of missed that. There was like less pressure.
Right.
But no coffee didn't work for sure. No coffee.
You built your brand around coffee.
Yeah, and my entire body around coffee, pretty much.
Everybody has, like, they say that we're like, what is it, 1/3 water? You're a third water and like coffee beans at this point.
Yeah, but also, like, I decided to do this because I just content-wise, it's more interesting for me because I did the other thing for so long. Right. I did it for many, many years. And I think it's just more interesting for a general audience. For people who've been around a while, like the inside jokes, the humor, of course they're going to want that. But that's just for people who have managed to stick around. Like, I've also lost lots of people over the years. And this is more interesting. I think it's more interesting just in general, in entertainment, to watch someone who's actually attempting to do something, who's trying to do something, and to watch them do it rather than just listen to them talk about it. Mm-hmm. I think that's just more interesting, and so I strive for that every time. And the easiest thing for me to do is just stuff with my own health and with my own behavior,
right?
Because then I don't have to, like, go travel and talk to people all the who are doing other things, you know.
Fair enough. Now, do you still have issues with Aunt Judy?
Of course, always. I think I did mention her in I don't know, 5 videos ago or so.
She ain't going away.
Yeah, Aunt Judy. Because she, if anyone doesn't know, she, like, early on, first or second year of making videos, she told me she's a real person, and she told me, but her Judy is spelled Judde, which is weird, but of course that's so Aunt Judy, right?
It is.
She told me that she watched my videos and she was like, "This is pretty good, but it was a little boring." That's what she said to me. Yeah. So that's where the rivalry with Judy began.
Well, coming from a person who spells her name that way, I mean, can you really trust her judgment when it comes to entertainment?
You can't.
No.
You absolutely can't.
You cannot. Now, what did the quarantine kind of stop what was going on with Dripless Pony Club, or did you guys just kind of drift apart because people's lives drift? Yes.
We were already, like, long before the quarantine. We have been in different cities. Like our drummer moved to Minneapolis many years ago. I don't know, 7-8 years ago. And when we were going on tours, we had a different drummer with us.
He had Rob that one year. Rob Skillin. Yeah.
We've had Rob a few years, 2 or 3 years. But we had a couple different drummers. And then Matt, Sam, and I. So Matt, Sam, Nate, and I are the band. Nate lives in Minneapolis. Matt and Sam live in Chicago. I moved to Austin because I figured we were going to work remotely anyways, because Nate's in Minneapolis. And then I moved back to the Midwest, but we're still in different cities. We've been working remotely for a little while. Like Zastra, our most recent album, was remotely made, mostly Matt written. And we are now in the middle of making another album.
Oh, nice.
We began. Well, we started recording. I think was it January? I think it was January, like December, January. I don't remember what month we began.
I don't even know what day it is. So
yeah, we laid down some tracks pre-quarantine, and now we're still in the middle of writing the whole thing. We'd probably be further along if we could, drive to meet each other to record. But it hasn't really affected. It wasn't the main reason the band isn't as productive as we are.
Fair enough. That makes sense. I mean, people's lives go different directions, and you just kind of have to either adapt or get out of the way.
Yeah, and now Matt has a daughter. Nate has a daughter. I have a daughter.
So Sam's just out there living the bachelor life.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is.
Now, when it comes to coming up with content that you're going to be putting out, like the challenges, know this for a month, know that for a month. You said it's health related, but is there anything that has been like maybe presented to you, like China might have brought up to you, or somebody online might have brought up to you, that you're just like, nope, not going to happen?
Well, to be clear, it's not all health related. Like some of it's just like life, improving your life,
right?
Meal planning. Meal planning was one, but like one that keeps coming up that I'm not going to do is keto diet. I'm just not going to do that. That's what the keto diet is.
Yeah, it's like all meat.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know exactly. It's like no sugar, like all meat. Like
my friend's on it, and he's lost like 30 pounds in like a month.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it, but I've also heard bad things about it. like it can be dangerous, and a lot of people swear by it, and people keep telling me I should do it. But some people, I know, like actually Natalie from Jack and Natalie are in the latest. They quit coffee with us,
right.
And they also did the 10,000 steps with us. Natalie tried it. She lost feeling in her left arm when she tried it.
Now, did she when she tried it, did she just go right into it, or did she ease her way into it?
I don't know.
Because they say that you have to ease your way into it, because if you just go right into it, you'll get sick from it.
I'm not sure, but the dietitian I talked to also, no, nutritionist. Which one's the more official one? I think it's the nutritionist. There's a difference. And so the woman I talked to for the vegan video, she was the more official nutritionist, I believe is the term. But she hated the idea of a keto diet. I brought it up to her thinking I might do it, and she completely hated the idea. That's not what I necessarily made me not want to do it, but like it did opened my eyes a little bit. Like there are people who say it's dangerous and you shouldn't try it. She was kind of against me just suddenly going vegan as well. Like she just didn't like the going extreme. But
well, didn't you like raise up your intake on something? I forget what it was, and she was just like,
fiber.
"What the hell?" Yeah,
fiber. Yeah, like too much fiber. I mean, isn't really bad. Like people say you can't really have too much fiber, but you can suddenly have a lot that your body's not used to.
Very true.
And that's what I did, and it wasn't very good.
My toilet wouldn't like that very much.
Mine did not either.
It yelled at you, Craig, stop! Stop!
Yeah. Yeah. But so keto diet, I'm not going to do just because, and I'm not against people doing it. I'm not against the diet. I just, for me personally, I don't want to, I feel like I couldn't even handle just suddenly going vegan. So I don't know if I could handle like suddenly going keto.
Well, plus you have to ease your way in, and if you have to ease your way into it, that could be a 2 or 3 month long thing, and your whole thing is a month, 30 days.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's not to say I'm not opposed to doing a longer one either. I don't want to take the risk, especially after Natalie told me like her horrible experience.
Right.
But I also have friends who've done it who love it. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of another challenge that I definitely don't want to do. I'm about to start a challenge that's going to be longer than a month, and it's me trying to get ripped, building muscles, strength training. Yeah, which I've never done before. I've been a runner for a while, but I've never earnestly tried to lift weights or like build muscle in any way.
Gonna change your name to WheezyWaiter.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually going to buy a set of weights. Never done that before. I have it's sponsored. It's going to be sponsored by this virtual personal trainer app. But it's a real person you're talking to, a personal trainer. So I'm basically I have a personal trainer, and he told me what weights to buy and everything. So and this is the first time I've ever really had a professional guiding me on any of these things either.
Right.
So that'll be interesting.
A virtual personal trainer. It's kind of like BetterHelp, but not for your brain. It's for your six pack.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah. I don't have to worry about a six pack. I got a keg, so we just.
There you go. Sweet.
Yes, rock. Hey, I live in the city that's like the sixth highest advancing virus city. Like we've had, we're in the top 10 of how fast we're getting.
Oh, really?
It. Yeah. And we just opened today, as we record this, we just opened a drive-through testing spot downtown. Just now.
Milwaukee?
Racine.
Oh, Racine.
Yeah.
Sixth highest in the state?
No, in the country.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't go out much.
Oh, yeah.
It's like well, plus, I mean, you know all about everything getting reopened. That was real bright.
Yeah.
I'm like Magneto said in X3, in chess you let the pawns go first. That's the way I look at it. I'm living my life by that right now, by someone who wanted to just wipe out an entire race of people. That's really disturbing.
Yeah.
Let's forget I said that, folks.
Oh, well, I'm not going out. We're not going to be going out as soon as when things start opening up.
Right.
Sure.
I'll go to the grocery store, and I'll go to the record store has a curbside pickup. I'll just go if I want to do that, and so does the comic book store, but nothing new's come in, so new stuff, DC. I want to know about the ongoing adventures of Superman. But it's a trying time. I don't see it ending anytime soon. No,
I don't think there's never going to be a moment where it's like, well, we're all done. I think it's going to be just a slow transition to back to normal, but living with this thing.
Right. I mean, at some point, once the vaccine's done, it'll end up being like the flu is every year. So
probably.
Yeah. I can't help thinking about it. It's just one of those things. But so you can check him out at WheezyWaiter on Twitter and on Facebook, and you can go to his Patreon. It's patreon.com/WheezyWaiter. He does a daily vlog on there. Well, if you can, see his face every day. Or every weekday.
That's right.
Or is it
every weekday.
Every weekday. Yeah. Give the man a weekend off. Come on.
Yeah. It's basically like no editing, just whatever I'm thinking about that day. Just it's kind of like a a podcast, a daily podcast, but you see my face. Basically.
And you're only talking to them when they can't talk back. So it's not like a conversation.
No,
yeah.
Not yet. If I allowed them all to talk back at the same time, it might be a bit much.
It would be a little ridiculous. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So check out all that stuff. Craig, it's been a blast having you on. I want to thank you so much. Everybody, we'll be right back.
This episode of the Ron Purtee Show is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/Ron Show. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. So head over to audibletrial.com/Ron Show today.
Hey everybody, welcome back. That was a lot of fun. Craig is a great guy, and that was a lot of fun to do. And I want to thank all of you for watching. It's been a real blast. I love doing this show, and I love that you guys are enjoying it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video if you're so inclined. This is a viewer-driven show, so head over to paypal.me/RONCO Productions, and you can support the show in any way you want. Don't forget to check out Ron as a website. That's another great place for stuff. There's T-shirts you can buy and old episodes you can watch, and you warm this old man's heart. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank Craig, and thanks, Burger Wolf. And all the ships at sea. We'll talk to you next week.